Hey guys, welcome to another session of Gentle Stretch and Breathe Yoga. You found Yoga with Lisa SXM. I'm coming to you from St. Martin, the friendly island of St. Martin in the Caribbean. From my home here, let's own from home and share some yoga together, some quiet love, self-love, self-care, and quiet that mind. No dialogue in that busy brain of ours. Just let that relax for the next 55 minutes or so. Let's just take it easy on ourselves and give the body and the soul what it asks for. Listen quietly with love. Close the eyes. Breathe deep. Lift through the heart and sternum. Relax your arms and shoulders. Close the eyes. Take a moment to release your belly. Allow the body to be heavy against whatever surface you're sitting on. Straighten that back just a little bit more if you can, but don't make it super stiff or strict or erect. Just allow it to be softly reaching through the spine up towards heaven. At the same time, reaching through the tailbone down towards the earth. Release your belly. And let's let the head start to hang down in front of the chest. Release the neck here, keeping the back straight. Just let the neck go. And we're just going to turn the head at this point. So one ear is reaching up and one ear is reaching down. And then drop it down, nose pointing down to the earth. Turning the head the other way, one ear up, one ear down, nose pointing forward. And drop the head, nose pointing down. And let's continue the back and forth movement with the breath. Drop the head, nose pointing down. Turn, one ear up, one ear down, nose pointing forward. Exhale down. Inhale over. And as you go back and forth, make a little bit of a concerted effort to release those shoulders. You may be feeling them start to scrunch in and up towards your ears. Let's keep them down and released and relaxed. And breathe. Breathing is the most important thing we're going to do for the next 55 minutes or so. Continue to breathe with attention, with intention. Breathing in, pulling fresh air into the body along with fresh energy. Exhaling, releasing toxins, releasing waste products of respiration and metabolism, releasing negativity, releasing fear or worry. Breathing in love, peace, joy, balance, health, energy, and breathing out anger, anxiety, fear, frustration. And the head going to come back down to the middle here, round the back, drop the head even more, slump the shoulders, round the back, and let's just sway a little bit. You can take your hands to the floor on either side of your hips and sway left and right, breathing in and out. Awesome. Let's reach the arms out and slowly reach up overhead. Pull an apple or two out of a tree, reaching up. Remember, if this is difficult for you, if anything that I suggest is difficult in any way, awkward, painful, sensitive, or just doesn't feel quite like what you want to do right now, you're always welcome to modify what I suggest. Hi, Ellis. Namaste, my friend. Love you. So you're always welcome to modify, minimize, or just wait, and we'll come around. You can join up with us again when you feel better about the suggestions that I give. This is all about you. It's not about me. So listen to your body with love, and anything that your body asks for, say yes. I'm going to turn that fan down a little bit. Maybe we'll get a little bit better audio. All right, let's see if that's a little better for us. And with that, stretch the legs out in a gentle straddle. This is just a little wider than your hips. Not an extreme straddle, just a little bit of a openness in the legs. And let your feet flop outward. Push against the inside of your knees, pushing out. Just a little push and push. We're letting those feet flop outward, knees bend slightly. And we're getting ready for our caterpillar pose. So when you're ready, put your hands in the middle and walk your fingers as far forward as you want to go. When you get to that spot that's perfect for you, reach, look down and round the back and drop the head. And super soft, super released, let everything go. You can be as heavy here as you want. You can put your hands on top of your legs if that seems like a better position for you. Drop that head, round that back, and release everything. Slide back up, and let's do one heel in towards the groin and the other leg straight forward, pulling that flesh away from the sitting bones. If that's something that helps you connect to the earth, you can do that. And we're going to try and have a flexed ankle on that long straight leg. I know my foot is a little off camera right now, but flex that ankle so the toes are pointing up and we'll reach up. And as you exhale, we're just going to start to reach forward and look down at your leg, reaching over the toes or towards the toes, and then hands to the floor and come back up. Switch the legs. Reach up, reach forward, look down. Hands to the floor, push yourself up. All right, now both legs straight forward, reach up, and let's come to that forward reaching pose. Look down at your knees, reach forward. Hands to the floor, push yourself up, awesome. And then bring those legs in to any position that's comfortable for you. Cross-legged or half lotus or full lotus if you're very flexible in the hips, which I can't quite master that right now. We're going to swing the arms forward and back, crisscross in front of the chest, one way and then the other. And breathe a lot, exhale a lot. Stretch those arms straight out and start to move them like water waves, lifting at the elbow on one side and then bringing the wrist up to the same level as the elbow. And then bring it down. Other arm, lift the elbow, lift the wrist, drop it down. Elbow, wrist, and let that movement be soft, continuous, like water waves on the ocean. And let's see if we can activate the muscles in the midriff just here underneath the armpit as you pull that arm down. Use those muscles in the side of the torso, down towards the waist. Let your waves get bigger, a little bit higher up, a little bit overhead and down to the floor. And now we'll let the whole body twist and reach. You can reach your arm over the top of your head and touch your opposite ear if your shoulder allows. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep it going. One more time on each side. And come back to stretch the arms out. Try to push the walls away. Bring your wrists, the back of your hand to your shoulder and push the walls away. Push, 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 and push. Keep pushing. Faster, 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 and breathe a lot. 3 more. more, two more, one more. Shake your arms, shake your hands, shake your fingers, shake, shake, shake. Push them forward, pull them back. Shake, shake. All right, stretch those legs out, and let's take a minute to stretch out on the yoga mat. Take yourself down to the floor. Hands next to the hips and the feet also right next to the hips on the floor. Let's lift the hips up into the air. Create a bridge between your heels and your shoulders. Everything else is up in the air. Lift those hips up and drop them down. Lift them up, drop them down. Up, down, up, and down. Up, squeeze, and down, release. Up, squeeze, and down, release. 3 more. Just like that, keep squeezing when you're up and releasing when you're down. All right, hips to the floor, knees to the chest, hands to the knees. And squeeze in and release a few times. Bring the knees in. Squeeze them with a little intensity here. Pull the knees into the chest with strong arms and strong hands. And then just slowly let the knees go a little bit wide. Let them go as wide as feels good. Stretch those inner thighs gently, sweetly, not forcing anything to do what it doesn't need to do, doesn't feel right about. We don't want any injuries. We just want to stretch and breathe. Open and close a few times. All right, bring the knees in. And see if you can bring your forehead right up to your knees. Holding yourself up into a tiny little ball, squeezing everything in as tight as possible. And then slowly let your head come to the floor. Let's reach the arms and legs up into the air and circle the ankles, circle the wrists. Change direction whenever you want. Just keep circling those ankles and wrists. You can switch to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, or you can circle. Whatever feels good to you right now is perfect. If you want, you can start flexing the ankles and knees, arms, elbows and wrists. Flex down, point up. Flex down, point up, and down, and up. Let's go 5 more times. Down, and up, 5, down, and up, 4, down, up for 3, down, and up for 2, last time, down, and up. Flex the ankles and wrists really flat, as if you're holding trays on your hands and feet. And let's go for a little shuffle walk on the ceiling. Any speed is perfect, fast or slow. Let's bring the feet together. Bring the hands as close as you can towards the toes. But don't lift your head off the floor. Keep your head on the floor, shoulders down. Just cluster your hands and your arms and legs into a little cluster. And as you start to inhale, open like a flower blooming. Exhale, close. We're not going for any extreme movement here. Just open and close with your breath. Visualize a beautiful flower opening in the morning to receive the sunlight, closing at the end of the evening to restore energy. Breathing in and out. Let's go 3 more times, nice and slow. Close, exhale, open. Legs down, bring those arms down to any position that feels nice for your arms. Feet next to the hips or somewhat close to the hips. And then just slowly drop both knees to the left. Maybe turn your head to the right and let everything relax. When you're ready, bring those knees up and all the way over to the other side. So knees to the right, nose to the left, unless that's difficult for you. Let's just take a moment to let everything go. Release down to the floor. Let the earth support you 100%. Ready, bring the knees up, and we're going to bring the elbows to the floor under the shoulders. So position yourself in the reverse Sphinx. So let me turn a little bit so you can see a little bit more of what's happening. The feet are on the floor next to the hips, and there's quite a bit of space between the feet. They're not side by side, they're open. The knees are pointing up at the ceiling, and all your upper body weight is really heavy on your elbows. Your chin can be tucked in at your chest. Just gaze towards your knees or your hips. And let your lower back release down to the floor. Let everything release down to the floor. If your knees feel like they were flip-floppy and loose, you can make them lean against each other. The challenge is just to release that lower back. There's a lot of resistance. You may notice. And that's always an interesting thing to notice when your body resists relaxing. It's always like, why am I resisting relaxing when I'm telling myself to relax? And I don't know the answer to that question, but it's worth pondering as you meditate, as you breathe, as you do your yoga. Why am I resisting? It's just programming most of the time. All right, let's put those feet right in alignment with the hips and take your left leg up into the air, lower and lift at your own pace. And continue to breathe with intention and with attention. Lower and lift. Alright, you're probably feeling a little fatigue in the quad, in the front of the thigh here. Let's go 5 more times. Burn a little bit, but not too much. Inhale up, exhale down, or whatever pattern of breathing works for you. 2 more times. Alright, bend and kick the ceiling. Kick, 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 kick. There you go. Nice. All right, let's try the other leg. Bring it up, lower it down, up and down. And continue to be heavy on your elbows and just gazing towards your hips or your knees. Lift and lower that leg with any speed that feels awesome to you. Fast or slow is perfect. And breathe a lot. Go 5 more times. 5, 4, 3. I feel it too. And last time, bring it up. Bend the knee and kick the ceiling. Kick, 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 kick. Nice. All right. Bring that foot down. Lower yourself down onto the floor all the way here. And let's put the arms up into surrender or cactus, where the elbows are straight out from the shoulders and the arms are reaching up. The lower part of the arms are reaching up. Hands are open to the ceiling. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees open wide. This is reclined cobbler pose. If this is too difficult for your inner thighs, you can put a pillow or 2 under those knees. Put a pillow under your knee if you need a little bit of support there. knees up, stretch the legs out, reach the arms up overhead, long body, reaching stretch. Feel free to yawn or sigh or stretch in any way that feels great. And then just let everything relax down to the earth again. And take your well-deserved Savasana after all that leg work. Thank you very much for that, my yoga friends. At this point, let's take the arms straight up to the ceiling, fingertips reaching to the ceiling, right above your shoulders. Keep watching your fingertips and bring them down as if they're trying to reach your toes. Bring your head up off the floor and maybe the shoulders up off the floor. Look towards your toes and reach with active fingertips towards your toes. Really pull the belly in. Keep looking at those toes, reaching for those toes. The legs are not involved, they're relaxed. The hips maybe pressing into the floor a little bit, but they're mostly letting go. Reach, 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 keep breathing. All right, come on down and return to Savasana. Any form of Savasana that works for you right now is perfect. Breathe deep. And really bring your attention to belly breathing. We're going to breathe with the belly muscles. Open the airway from the nose all the way down to the deepest part of your belly. Expand your belly big and round like a balloon filling with air. And then pull the muscles in, actively pushing the air out of the body by squeezing your belly muscles in. So this is belly breathing, using our muscles to breathe, the lower ab muscles. All right, bring those knees back up and let's take the right ankle onto the left knee. Take a moment to just push that knee away, opening the front of the hip. All right, that hand that's holding the knee away, just move it in between the legs and your other hand's going to come on the outside of that thigh. And pick the legs up, interlock your fingers behind the knee or just grab onto the leg. And we're gently going to pull and release, opening that side hip. Pull and release. And you may notice that your legs are kind of in the shape of the number 4. So that's a good way to remember that this is a good stretch for you. The 4-leg stretch. The 4 shape, I don't know what you call it, but the leg in the shape of the number 4 stretch. And when you're ready, we'll switch sides. You can bring your legs down to switch sides, or you can keep them up in the air if you want. And the other leg comes down to the floor, push the knee away. Reach around your supporting leg and we do the pull in, release. Pull it in, release. Legs in the shape of the number 4. Pull and stretch and release and breathe. Stretch those legs out on the floor again. Return to your belly breathing. Allow everything in the body to be relaxed except those ab muscles working the breath. Breathe in and pull the muscles in, push the air out, squeeze the belly in. Slow, thoughtful breathing. Nice. All right, let's roll over onto our side, and you can put your head on a pillow or on your bicep or shoulder. Stack those knees, hands on the hip, upper hand on the hip. Take a moment to release down to the floor. Hand to the floor in front of your heart. Circle that top knee around in a big circle. Breathing in as you're up. Exhale when you're down. Let it be as big and slow as you can manage. Change direction whenever you want. You're in charge of your yoga. And just be so grateful for this body and this opportunity to take care of this body. And be grateful for the space that you're using and your body's ability to move and breathe. Put a smile on your face, a smile in your heart. Alright, folks, let's bring that knee up and kick it out. Bring it up and out. Knee to shoulder, stretch it out. 3 more times. 2 more times. Last time. Bring it down, take a rest. Rub that hip if you need to. Or just settle into the floor. Feel the heaviness of the body. Accept it with love. This is your body. Put that knee on the floor somewhere in front of your tummy or in front of your chest, and take your top shoulder back to the floor. Open the arms in any way that feels good. Make any little adjustment you need to make this reclined spinal twist super healing, super relaxing, feeling balanced and released and free. Back to side resting pose. We're going to come up on the elbow of the lower arm. And then spread your legs out. And we're going to try and push into the floor with that elbow and lift the hips up off the air, off the floor, up into the air. And remember, your feet are spread wide here. So this is a bit of a tripod. Reach the top arm up towards the ceiling. And in fact, that's a really good place for your intention to be in, those fingertips reaching up. So reach up and lift the hips up. And back down. And return to side resting pose. We're going to take that top arm back, elbow as far back as it can go, and then straighten the arm out, reach it back. Kick your front leg forward, stretch that leg out, and then switch places. So we reach back, kick forward, kick back, reach forward. All right, bring the knee and the arm up. Grab onto your toes and stretch the heel towards the ceiling. If your leg doesn't get straight, if your knee is bent, that's all right. Work with what you have. No judgment, no body shaming, no critique. Come back to your resting pose, and whenever you're ready, we'll switch sides over to the other side. Switch over however is easy for you. Here we go. Side resting pose on the other side. Take a moment to sink into the floor. Hand to the floor for a little support. Circle that knee. Big, slow circling of the knee. Breathing in and out with your circle. Big is good, slow is better. Both is awesome. And breathe a lot, that's even better. Changing direction. Return to resting. Give your hip a massage if you like. Just let yourself be heavy on the floor. Okay, let's put the knee on the floor in front of the chest or belly and take that top shoulder back. Open the arms out in any way that feels good. Incline spinal twist, relax, release. Ready, come back to your side resting pose. Take a moment for yourself here. When you're ready, come up on that elbow. Put the elbow right under the shoulder. Take your legs in one way or the other that's apart. So stretch the legs out a little distance apart. Take that top arm and reach for the ceiling with the fingertips. And we come up on the feet and the elbow, tripod up. And come on back down. Wonderful. Let's take the arm back, elbow back, and then stretch the arm, the fingertips way back. And the knee kicks forward and switch sides. Reach and kick. Kick back, reach forward, and switch. Good job. Two more. One more. All right, let's bring the knee and hand up. Grab those toes, stretch the leg up towards the ceiling. Heel reaching up. And come on down for a nice rest. Let's roll over onto the tummy. Take those feet up into the air and crisscross open, crisscross open, crisscross open, crisscross open. Back and forth a few more times. All right, bring them both straight up. Drop them both left, up. Drop them both right, up. Windshield wipers, back and forth, left and right, flip-flop. Take it easy, take it slow. Everything is super loose in the lower back and hips. And then bring the feet to the floor. And let's come up onto our elbows again. Elbows under shoulders, hands down on the floor. Take a moment to just gaze forward. Press your elbows into the floor to elevate the chest and the head and the heart. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. Pull them down. Release your hips. Release your legs. Come down to sleeping sphinx. Just let your head hang, let your shoulders collapse inward and up towards your ears. Begin to shift a little bit left and right, swaying the head over one arm and then the other arm. Sway your head over your left arm and leave it there. Take your right arm and reach forward. Reach forward, farther, farther, farther forward, stretch forward. And we're just going to turn the palm up, palm down, palm up, palm down. Reach with the fingers open, palm up. Reach with the fingers open, palm down. 2 more times, and then bring that elbow back under the shoulder. Return to sleeping sphinx. Just let your head hang. Shifting left and right, the head sways left and right. We're going to go to the right arm, leave the head over there, and reach forward with your left arm, left hand, left fingertips. Reach, 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 forward, forward, forward. Spread the fingers wide. Reach and stretch and breathe. And then begin to flip your hand up, side down, right side up. Palm up, palm down, palm up. If it doesn't go all the way up, it's okay. Just rotate the wrist, rotate the arm. 2 more times. And then bring that elbow back. Come back to sleeping sphinx. Drop the head. Inhale and slowly push your elbows into the floor. Lift your face. Lift your chest. Look forward, gazing forward. Sphinx pose, sees the horizon. And let's lower all the way down to the floor and bring the hands back to rest by your hips, palm up, fingers naturally curled. Perhaps your forehead is on the floor, or maybe you turn your head to one side. Let everything go for a moment. Beautiful. All right, now do put your forehead on the floor and reach your fingertips back towards your heels. And with some strength in your upper back, lift the torso up. Pull your fingertips back towards your heels. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. You're just looking down anywhere on the floor. So your neck is mostly straight. And you may experiment a little bit with pressing your belly into the floor to bring your chest even a little higher, and reach with your fingertips. back towards your heels. Hands under your shoulders. And let's go back to pose of a child. Take a moment to find yourself on your hands and knees, and then hips come to the heels. Hands could walk forward, drop the head. Beautiful. Rising up onto hands and knees. Let's find ourselves in table pose. Make sure your knees are under your hips. Your wrists are under your shoulders. Fingers spread wide. Fingertips pressing into your yoga mat. Arch your back up. Drop your head in tailbone cat pose. Pass through table. Lift your face. Lift your tailbone. Press your hands into the floor. We don't want scrunching up in the upper back, shoulders, or neck. Drop that middle of the back down so it hangs like a hammock. That's your cow pose. Breathe in. And as you exhale, transition to cat, lifting the head, lifting the middle of the back, dropping the head and tailbone. Cat and cow, transition with breath. Okay, we're gonna take a break here while I talk to you about our plank challenge for the day. So I'm going to sit down and talk, and you can do the same, but we're going to come right back to table in just a sec. I first wanted to mention what we're going to do for plank challenge today. So today we are transitioning from plank to up to downward dog, back to plank, and then to upward dog. And you can do any part of that, or you can just stay in plank. And when you're in plank, if you feel like it's too much for your wrists or your arms or your back or your hips or anything, you can modify your plank. So you can be on hands and knees, or you can be on elbows and knees, or you can be on toes and elbows. Those are all options, different ways to do plank. Wherever you are, plank is a good thing to do to build a little stamina and a little strength. And you just come out of it when it's too much. But do try to challenge yourself with plank. Any form of it is fine. But when you're in plank, you don't want to sway your back and lift your neck. We want to concave the front of the chest, round the upper back towards the ceiling, and look down at the floor. So you want this, not this. All right? So, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, I'm going to do about 10 seconds plank, 10 seconds downward dog, 10 seconds plank, 10 seconds upward dog. And comment about upward dog. I'm staying on the underside of my toes, the sole of my foot. So the toes are not on my toenails, but the bottom side of my toes. And I'm going to stay there for all three positions. So sometimes upward dog comes onto the toenails. I'm not doing that, and I'm not recommending that you do that, but if that's something that you think is good for you and you want to do it, just be careful. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so let's get ready, back into our table pose. Feeling strong with the arms, strong with the hands. Position those wrists under the shoulders, fingers spread wide. And let's get the clock set. We're going to try 3 sets of our transition, starting in plank. So here we go. Planking it up, lower the hips. And when you're in plank, let's push those heels back. All right, get ready to transition to downward dog, sorry. You may need to relocate your feet slightly. Press the hips up and back, drop the head. And then back to our standard plank, dropping the hips. All right, let's go to upward dog. The chest comes forward, lift your face. and back to plank. Beautiful. Downward dog, lift the hips, drop the head. Back to plank. And back to upward dog. Plank. Downward dog. Plank. And down to table. Let's come down onto elbows and knees here and allow your chest to sway down towards the floor. Drop your head, puppy dog pose. Beautiful. From puppy dog pose, we're going to thread the needle. If you want, you can be a table. You don't have to be down on your elbows. You can be on your wrists. But I'm taking it a little easy on my wrists after that transition. So take your right hand behind your left elbow and bring it through, and bring the face and shoulder down to the floor. Slowly come back to puppy dog stretch. Elbows and knees, drop the chest, drop the head. And then lift your face and thread the needle on the other side. Right, left hand behind right elbow. Shoulder comes down, side of the face comes down. We rest. When you're ready, come back up and back to table. All right, we're going to do our downward dog for real this time. So pick those hips up, walk your feet to that perfect place, and settle into a luxurious stretch here where we're stretching from heel to hips. Push the hips up and back. Drop that head, the head be so heavy. Drop it, let gravity take it. And let's walk the dog. That means lift one hip and lift one heel and let your hip shift to the opposite side. Come back to the middle and shift the other way. Lift the other heel, hip shift away. Walk your dog. Walking your feet a little closer together with each step until the big toes are touching on the inside. Take all your weight on your right foot, and if you feel good about it and you want to, try lifting up that other leg. All your weight's on your right foot, and the left leg is lifting up into the air for a nice three-legged dog stretch. And then bring that leg down and switch. Just lift the other leg up into the air. If this is too much for you, you don't have to do it. You can come out of downward dog at any time. We're all going to come out in a minute here. Beautiful. Bring that leg down. Walk your feet towards your hands and bring all the body's weight on the feet. Let's let the hands turn palm up, fingertips pointing back towards your heels or your toes. And we're just going to pick up the left foot's toes, keeping the heel on the ground. Slide your hand underneath that foot. And then the other side, lift your right foot toes and slide your right hand underneath. And once you get your hands under your feet, just wiggle your toes. Beautiful. Bring those hands out. Bend your knees. Place your hands on your knees and push your body back up towards a nice standing posture. Beautiful. Nice. Standing up nice and tall now. Check that your heels are under your hips and your toes are pointing forward. And then tuck your tailbone under and lift your sternum. Pull your shoulders back and let your arms just hang. Feel the connection in your feet to the earth, especially at your heels, at your big toes, connection to the foot, the ball of the foot under or right behind the big toe, and also the little toes, ball of the foot area. So each foot has a triangular base pressing into the earth. And let's see if we can just lift the toes a hair and lift the arch a little bit and tuck that tailbone under. Pull the belly in, lift the sternum, lift the top of the head. Arms just hang, feet are strong on the earth. I love my mountain pose. Let's turn the hands palm forward, spread those fingers as far apart as you can, and push your chest forward, pull your shoulder blades back. Lift your chin. Pull the shoulders away from your ears, down towards the earth. Strong legs, tighten those thigh muscles, tighten the knees, tighten the calf. And then reach the arms out and up, overhead, reach up. Bring it down. Exhale, bow the head. Inhale, lift the face, reach up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift it up. We're going to do this 5 more times, and I'm going to stop talking so you can focus on your breath and your movement. And on the 5th time that you reach up, stay reaching up and looking up. Bring your right hand down. Let it hang next to your leg. Look down at it. Reach up with the other hand. Keep that same emphasis on your feet and on the muscles of your legs lifting. Everything is reaching up except that arm. That arm is looking down, reaching down, and your face is looking down. It's awesome. Let's bring both hands to the heart. And then switch the reach. Look down, reach up. Connect the feet. Release that lower shoulder and arm. Reach up with the upper shoulder and arm. Let's do that again. Hands come to prayer pose at the heart. And look down, reach up. Come to the heart. And reach up, look down. And come to the heart. Beautiful. Let's squeeze interlock the hands, squeeze the fingers, release, and just bring the knee as high as you can in a nice little march. Squeeze the hands, bring the knee up, and breathe. Squeeze, knee up, squeeze, knee up, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Push forward, bring it back. Push forward, bring it back. Push and push. We're marching. Getting that heart to beat strong. Okay, folks, now we're going to do a little kick and flick. So flick your fingers, flick, 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 and kick. Kick and flick, alternating feet. Both hands flick each time. Kick and flick. Let yourself get rid of stress this way. Let yourself get rid of any kind of negativity. We're going to move in a circle, kicking and flicking. Keep kicking and flicking and moving in a nice slow circle. Beautiful. Let's go the other way. Kick and flick. I got a bubble in my yoga mat, but other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. All right. Let's take a little bit of a wide stance. Turn your toes out just a little bit. Hands on hips, and let the hips move left and right. And make it an extreme move where the hips go way, way over. And now bring the shoulder close to the hip. Shoulders accentuating the movement in the hips. Alright, we're going to do something similar, but now with the legs underneath the hips. and bend one knee. Bend one knee and let the other leg take all the body's weight. And just let your head tilt over. Hands are on hips. Really sink into this hip if you can. Sink into this knee. Sink into the heel. Feel the body's weight pressing down through the structure of your skeleton. And then up. Big breath in and exhale. Let's go the other way. Straight leg, bent knee. Let your body's weight sink into this hip, into this knee, into this heel. Tilt the body over, tilt the head. Hold and breathe. Coming up, take a nice breath in. And over we go again. Exhale. Up, breathe in, and over, exhale. Keep breathing, hold and breathe. And let's come up. Let's reach straight up overhead. Big breath in, breathe in and reach up. Find your prayer. And let's bend the knees and come halfway down to sitting in a chair and go for a swim. And then reverse it. Keep bent in the knees, halfway down to a chair, and lift your torso up. Because when you're doing the backstroke, you need to breathe. So your head has to be up. Keep breathing. Let's go forward again, looking down. All right, swing. Let's just swing the arms. And with the swinging arms, we'll take a step forward and back like a rocking chair. So rock forward and back. And let those arms really swing. Momentum, not muscles. Swing. Let the legs do all the work. All right, we're going to stand tall, but the arms are going to continue to swing on their own momentum. Just take a moment to notice how long it takes them to slow down and stop on their own. And let's try the other leg forward. Rocking chair the legs, swing the arms. Beautiful. Stop moving, stand tall, arms swing. Slowly stop on their own. All right, we're going to come back down to seated, down to the floor. And let's see if we can go from standing posture to a yoga squat. So get your feet a little bit wider than your hips, toes pointed out. Knees are going over the toes, and the elbows come inside the knees. Drop your tailbone and lift your chest. Elbows against the knees, knees against the elbows with a lot of pressure right there at that contact. Also feeling the pressure of the hands pushing against each other. All right, if you found your yoga squat, good for you. Awesome. We're going to oscillate like the bell ringing. Just a little oscillation, left and right. Slowly coming to stillness. Let's come down to the floor and spend our last few moments together with breath. So make yourself feel nice and connected to the earth, settled and seated with a straight back. Close the eyes. And as we did when we were laying down, we were using our belly muscles to breathe. Now we're going to use the rib cage. With attention and intention, expand your rib cage and then compress your rib cage and force the air out. Slow everything down. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. Take this balanced, peaceful, calm, grateful, joyful feeling with you as you go through your day, and give yourself a break. We're all doing the best we can. And blessings on all of you. Thank you so much. And of course, I forgot to mention, the music today is courtesy of Michael at relaxdaily.com. There he is playing the piano for us on YouTube. Check out Relax Daily. Take care, everybody. See you again soon. Namaste.